Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 352 here on the updates War in Ukraine. I hope you have enjoyed some of the content we've been putting up the last couple of days, but today is different. We were awakened this morning to massive air raid attacks. They are happening right now. We are updated on all of that. We've already had major hits in Zaporozhye, in Kryvyi Rog. Kyiv is on complete blackout due to the expected arrival. Vinnytsia right now has a group of missiles over top of it. There's already been explosions in Khmelnytsky region and more missiles are on the way. Really a unique situation here. I've been here for, over a month now, and we've had air attacks. Missiles happen every day, but the massive attack like today is, I haven't experienced yet. So this is where one community or one region will say, okay, 5 have passed over our head. They're now heading towards your region. 6 have went over our head. They're now heading towards your region. And we are experiencing that. I'm literally getting a text message about every 5 minutes saying rockets are still coming. Rockets are still coming. They haven't been taken out yet. Expected arrival time in our region is at this point. So just a completely different day. As you know, we are expecting not a second invasion, but just a continuance of the invasion on a heavier scale here in the next week or so. This could be a precursor to it. So today looks like it's going to be one of those days of some serious hits throughout Ukraine, but we'll see what happens. We're watching right now out this window and paying attention to the updates. The air alarm is ringing. If I open the window, you can hear it, and that's where we're at. Day 352. Thank you for being here. We'll keep you posted as to what's happening.
Guys, immediately after showing you that stuff, right out my window, my building just literally shook after recording that, and you can see the smoke rising. Cruise missile just hit Khmelnytsky. I can't even explain to you how powerful it was. It shook our whole building. My windows went boop, boop. And you can see the smoke rising. I'll get more information for you when I can. No coverage. Oh, I can see it burning back there, folks.
I can tell you we're at the noon hour and Ukraine is still completely red, dark red. Every oblast under air raid alarm. And here where we have been struck not too far from my home, I can tell you that this city, Khmelnytsky, right now, we have extremely poor communications. As the time of this recording, I have no internet. I have nothing. As well, no power and no water. Today, you were with us experiencing this terrible, terrible tragedy against Ukraine. Nothing. We have nothing right now. Now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I can tell you still no power, no water. Very, very, very minimal communications. What does that mean? That means that Zhenya and I really can't communicate right now. He's trying to call me. I'm trying to call him. It will connect. It will last for about a second, and then it's gone. So I know that he's over needing some help in regard to our truck. And the message I got to him was, okay, I'm going to take Sasha, my other buddy, and I'm going to come find you. It's almost like the Stone Ages. So that's what's happening now at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a tough day here in Khmelnytsky, Ukraine, and this is minor. This will be minor compared to what is happening in places like Zaporozhye. Very minor, but it's major for us. So just multiply that many, many times over, and you can understand what's happening even in other cities. And we will be heading to these cities to help. But for today, we're just struggling to get ourselves squared away, and communication just nil. So I'm going to go and find him in this big city. We'll make it happen. I'm now downtown Khmelnytsky, back in the streets looking for Yevgen, Virginia. And 13:45, 13:46 is the time, and once again, the nation is under an air alarm. Every oblast, every region. I'm very confident, especially talking with some of my friends today, that this is absolutely in response to Zelensky yesterday. Traveling, meeting Great Britain, France, Italy's responses. In addition to that, some of the attention being diverted away from the war here with the terrible earthquake in Turkey, and a precursor to this imminent buildup of Russian troops in the East, Lugansk, Donetsk regions. Could all be connected, but for sure, very difficult day in Ukraine today. You can hear the generator behind me running, and I've got to go find Zhenya now. If you take here a quick look at this image, this is actually how I'm finding him. Because literally we can't talk more than a couple seconds on the phone. So he sent me an image and says, "I'm here, come find me here." So I know the city, and I'm getting close to him. I found him. Praise God, it was not easy. So 13:50 now. Just listen. Air alarms just went off. That just means they're close. The rockets are close. Because they'll run them and then they'll stop them. They'll run them and they'll stop them. They've been going all day. They just cranked up again. And I think I'm going to get inside this building here. See what's up with Zhenya. 13:50 now. Continues. Found him. Yeah, as you could see. Tough day, bud.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I've already talked on the video about how I felt my glasses rattled when this rocket hit, but you telling me two examples here of our friends.
Yeah.
One, Vitalik, who's an auto mechanic, very close to impact. What did he experience?
He was working in his garage there, not far. And then he heard this explosion. He felt it, not just heard. And first time he'd seen his big garage doors.
Huge metal doors, guys.
Yes. Bended like this deep, like
15 centimeters, yeah.
And got back because of that explosion wave. And he had to jump in a hole in this garage, trying to save his life.
Now,
he said it was so bad. He said, I was sitting there first time in my life, because he experienced already few of it.
yes.
And now he said this time it was crazy big.
Yeah, and additionally, we also have a friend who was supposed to be on that spot, but wasn't.
Yeah, he had to pick up one man. He's electricity engineer. And then the man called, said, "Hey, I'm not at this place, take me from other place." So they changed the routes. The difference in the time was about like 10 minutes maximum.
And that's when it hit.
And yeah.
So we're very thankful.
Praise God, I was out of that place.
Very thankful. This is what we're doing today, folks, and you're with us. Crazy. We're now at 14:20. And Zhenya and I were just sent a very interesting video clip, and honestly, this is, I think, going to confirm some of my suspicions that these attacks today specifically could have been launched at any time, but this is in response to Zelensky's heading to Europe, asking for help, and the other things I suggested earlier. But we got some video coming out of Russia that we were able to get a hold of, showing the moment the Tupolev 95s were dropping the KH-101 missiles onto Ukraine, and you will hear the gunner or the pilot or somebody there doing the filming saying in Russian, "Good morning, Mr. Zelensky." I'll roll this video a couple of times for you.
С добрым утром, Зеленский! Добрым утром, Зеленский!
back at you now. It is now 15:20 and the air alarm has finally lifted. That's about 14 hours, I mean, overall of air alarms, because we were watching it last night beginning about midnight local time, 1 a.m. So 15 hours maybe. But just now we got the all clear on the air alarm, so 15 hours of that madness. So I can tell you right now what we're doing. We're jumping. We will be heading south next. Serious help needed down there. Zaporozhye was tore up today. Kherson as well. So our team right now in the warehouse will be packing up 500 additional food sets. Plus we are in the process of purchasing the bandages that you guys from our church and this community sent money in. Don't worry, it's all there waiting, and we're going to show you every piece of it. Things here do not happen overnight. So we've located the bandages, the real ones, phenomenal pricing, phenomenal from an organization. We're in the process of purchasing that now and getting all that prepared to get out of here. Nissan is just about finished with its repairs that are necessary. We'll be picking that up. So for the last couple of hours of daylight that we have here today, it's going to be extremely busy, and we'll keep you posted. But 13:20, air alarms lifted, and you're with us on this crazy day here in Ukraine. All right, guys. Well, that did not last too long. It is continuing. It's now 16:37. I don't know if you can hear it, but air alarms have began again throughout the entire nation. Ours just kicked off here. So we were in the clear for just a little while, and now 16:37, back under air alarm again. We're out trying to get stuff done, get gear loaded up, and nonstop. And today you're experiencing it with us as we stand with Ukraine. Well, just to keep you guys updated, 1740 now. You can see the statue there of Bogdan Khmelnytsky behind me. But 1740, and the nation is still under air alarm. Just went a message over the air here, just so you can experience it on all the radios saying, pay attention, we're still under air alarm nationwide. So this is pushing, really since last night at midnight, we're pushing 18 hours now of air alarm, and we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated as you experience this day with us here in Ukraine. 18:20, and as you can see now, getting dark. I'm in a car here with my buddy. We're actually hunting an SD card. That's what we're doing right now. That's my job. The other guys are loading products. We're trying to get stuff shipped. Zhenya's at the auto place. We're just dividing and conquering. And we've been hunting this SD card for an hour because, not because we can't find one, but because every place we are going to has no power. I mean, none. So you see little lights in the background, they're cars or things with generators, but power is a major problem due to the rocket attack today here in Khmelnytsky. Still under air alarm. Very sad situation now, 1835. We stopped here because across the street we're going to try a place. There's no power, but it looks like a little light is on inside, so we're going to try over there. But there was a little granny standing here, and I didn't want to put her on camera. She's sad, but she came up to me and she asked me, she goes, "Excuse me, young man, do you know if the air alarm is still going on? Because I can't get into the store and I need to get in there to get my stuff tonight." And I said, "I'm sorry, you know, but the air alarm's still going on." And she goes, "Oh, my life is just so changed." And she was not happy because it's just everything shut down. Not only because of the air alarm, but there's no power. To show you guys, stoplights aren't working, and you just get chaos in the roads. Folks, in front of us, it should be lit up like downtown New York City. Seriously, it should be lit up like downtown New York City, and it's dark. All right, guys, pushing 20 now, 8 o'clock p.m. and still no power. As you can see, just running a little battery light off a power bank, or there's a mobile phone there, and got plenty of power banks, and we'll be fine, no problem. But it's crazy day, crazy day. Last thing I'm going to give you on the stream tonight is I'm going to give you an update and a breakdown of where all the strikes were to the best of our knowledge. Waiting a little bit of final information on that, and we'll have you updated on that. But what a day throughout Ukraine. And that's why we stand with them. It is why we stand together. So a lot of things are being prepared. More work is happening right now, even with no power. And we're focused on getting shipments out of here down to the Kherson area. Looking like we may have to get a little bit more products out of Kyiv. And then Zhenya and I will be hitting the road. We have the truck back. Just finished getting it lined up. And life goes on. No power, it still somehow goes on. It's a challenge, but we push through. So thank you. Final thing we're going to jump to now, just an overview of what happened throughout Ukraine today. Much love to you all. All right, guys. Well, we're going to give you an update on kind of what's happened. But before we can do that, it's now 9 o'clock in the evening, 2100 hours. And as you can see in the dark, but we're getting new information here. My buddy just was speaking to me on something coming across right now. So, новые информации от шахида, да?
Да.
И что они сказали?
Пуск 3 групп шахидов с Приморска-Ахтарска. Время прилета в центр области Украины 20:30.
So there you have it. And this is how we disseminate information. It comes through and we prepare. So it looks like 23 будет здесь.
20:30.
20:30, хорошо. 8:30 is when they first saw it. Got it. And now 3 groups of shaheeds are flying, starting down toward the south of Zaporozhye. And we'll be under air alarm here again pretty soon. So that's how we do it, guys. We'll keep you updated. It's going to be a long one tonight. Well, guys, I'm not in my studio back home where it's easy to do computer animation and graphics and all that. So tonight, as you can see, a little bit of light here, no real power. So I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. What I can tell you is that I'm going to show you a Zelensky clip at the end of this. But here, a map of Ukraine, we know that 71 Caliber class missiles were fired at Ukraine today. You've seen everything that's unfolded today, including a video clip of a missile being fired. You've seen it all today. But we know that 71 were fired. I'll write that up here. We know that 61 were shot down. In addition to that, it's not just the Caliber missiles. Those were fired from airplanes and from the sea. So they came up this way, they came through this way. Additionally, we also know that planes came out of Belarus and fired missiles. So what areas were hit? And we're going to talk about a couple of things. Kharkiv was hit hard today. In addition to that, Zaporozhye, of course, here in our home city of Khmelnytsky, Vinnytsia, of course, Kyiv and Lviv. These areas were struck. Right now, as Sasha was just sharing, the shaheeds are flying in over Zaporozhye. They're flying in over Mykolaiv, and we've got new information. Shaheeds are now coming in through Odessa. The other thing we need to pay attention to, and this is where it gets serious. It is confirmed that missiles have flown today coming into Western Ukraine. Probably how we were hit here in Khmelnytsky, but they came through Moldova, touched Romanian airspace, and then came up into Ukraine. Let's explain and understand what that means. That means Romania, a member of NATO, had Caliber class cruise missiles flying in conjunction with its airspace, and NATO did nothing. Today was a tremendous victory for Vladimir Putin and his evil regime. It's proven. NATO, no army to offer. NATO, I'll repeat it, no army to offer.
Absolutely unacceptable that you will allow that to happen. In addition, today as well, the Moldovan pro-Western leaning prime minister resigned. Folks, we've got a mess going on here, not only in Ukraine, of course, but the rest of the world. And today, a huge day. I hope all of this gibberish on this map helped you understand a little bit better. It's a very difficult day today in Ukraine. Now, these are just the missiles we're talking about, the 71 caliber cruise missiles. But folks, that's not the only things that were fired today at Ukraine. In addition, 29 S-300 missiles were fired at Ukraine. Additionally, MLRS systems were fired in conjunction. Today was a very, very heavy day. Oh yeah, Shaheeds rolling at the same time. It's not just about the cruise missiles. Today, massive attack upon Ukraine. Hopefully tomorrow, a better day. With that said, let's jump over as we close the stream tonight and hear from President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Українці, українки, короткий звіт. Ворог сьогодні запустив щонайменше 70 ракет в черговій масованій атаці. Щонайменше 60 ракет збито. Їхні мішені були цивільні, цивільна інфраструктура, на жаль, були влучання, на жаль, жертви, мої співчуття рідним. Кілька російських ракет пройшли повітряним простором Молдови та Румунії. Черговий доказ того, що терор не знає і ніколи не знатиме жодних меж. Черговий доказ того, що захист України – це захист всієї Європи і світу, кожної країни, яка просто хоче жити. Сьогоднішні ракети – це виклик НАТО, колективній безпеці. Це терор, який можна і треба зупинити. Світ повинен зупинити. Я дякую усім, хто це розуміє. Дякую усім, хто допомагає. І, звичайно, дякую нашим повітряним силам, усім нашим зенітникам, кожному і кожній, хто захищає Україну і наших людей. Зараз ще одна повітряна тривога триває. І, будь ласка, зважайте на тривоги. Будь ласка, слідкуйте за офіційною інформацією. Бережіть себе. Всіх переможемо. Слава Україні!